Hello everyone, this is Astron, and today we got an impromptu video. I was hoping to have someone else with me to be able to shoot this, because this is going to be on installing a Magneto on a 208. So that's the original equipment, is what they come with, you know, when they were first put in service. Modern motors have electronic ignitions on them, but in the rain the other day, something went wonky and wrong. This is for education and also documentation. So anyway, I cannot see anywhere where anyone has messed with anything on here. No witness marks, no shiny spots, nothing cleaned off. The only thing I noticed is here on the crank. That's real, like it slid over about 1/4 of an inch, which is roughly the amount of the gap, because that's supposed to be the width of a credit card. But it's on both sides. When I show you over here, you'll see why I have to do something different, because I don't have any spare parts right now, or if I do, I don't know their condition. But that housing has been battered. There is no play side to side. I can't make anything move independently. Nothing seems to have shifted. I've looked in here at the bearings, which it may or may not show up. Those are all pretty well where they should be. That one's not going to be friendly, is it? So what that looks like a bearing there is actually a timing gear. So when you go to put a mag on, and I can do this without pulling the plate, but it's easy to show you. You need it in top dead center, which is right about here. You verify it by looking at the keyway on the shaft and make sure it's pointing at the head. If it's pointing at the head, then your keyway's lined up. So, on electronic ignitions, sorry about that, they got a cover plate here where where the mag sits. And I gotta take the cover plate off. And do that, gotta remove 2 3/8 bolts. These are the 9/16 socket. That was loose. Wow. Really wasn't much to those. So when you pull this plate out, there's going to be a timing gear in there that floats. And I call it a floating gear because you can reset it. You can advance and retard it off the gear. So I'm going to try to get on here losing sunlight as usual. Show you how this gets timed. Well, no wonder those are so loose. They painted it. But anyway, I can fix that. So I'm going to go back with the mag. Normally I want 2 like this, and you'll see why that is in a minute, but I have this one. They make it changing them out easier or doing maintenance. This will be a temporary thing because, like I said, it's got electronics. They are more reliable. And they do the job better, to be honest, if they're set up right. So, now, that went somewhere. There it is. Under the jug. Mag gasket looks good. There's timing gear. So one problem with timing gear riding like that is it does form a chamfer on it. Just slight. So anyway, if you check my timing, it's rolled back. There we go. Hold up my leg. So where those cross pieces are there, hope I'm getting this in frame, is where the ears of it goes. And this top dot here goes on the top. So you bring it out, and you set it back in. You need it to be on the very top. That's not right. Check TDC. There's TDC. Keyway to the back. Have a look-see in here. And it's still off by one tooth. This is going to be one of those. So anyway, now that I got this timed, now I've already done it. That squirt can there, it's got gasoline in it. And what you do is you do what we call washing a mag. So once you've washed the mag, you take it, you check the impulse. Trips like that, she's ready to run. You trip it once, and now it's set. Now then, now that the mag is set, timing gear is timed, I just installed a mag. Which is sometimes easier said than done. Sorry about the bad camera work here. Get in there. Let me do this. I have no idea what that angle is going to be, but this is why I don't particularly like mag gaskets. They don't let it meet up like it should. So now I've got the mag timed. I've got it placed. So now I got to put the bolts in. And my camera is deciding I need more light. Aziz, light! So this long one will go over here. Once I get it in, or started, so it holds the mag for me. I'll get the other bolt out. And this is why I like the longer bolts. It lets you do this by hand. Generally, you can't reach these things. That's why I put the shorter one on this side. You can actually access it easier. All right. Now, some people like to leave these loose when they start to make sure they're going to impulse. Now, this could get embarrassing real quick. This is a scavenged mag. I took it apart, I cleaned it, made sure all the stuff functioned and things, but this has not been rebuilt, it's not been tested, or anything like that. I'd scavenged it off of a tore up motor. I have a good mag, but it's currently in another truck that's in a body shop and I can't get to it. So, to get this well back running, I'm going to try this one. You know, they're a 50-50 shot, but we'll roll with it. Now, generally, we take the oil breather off when we go to start with Magneto. And I'm going to put this plate back on here. But, since I've already washed it, tripped it, and set it, there's really not a reason to do that. So, And here in a minute, I'm going to kind of prop you up in my toolbox there so you can see me start this thing or attempt to. Like I said, it is either going to work or not. This well here is a 3-barrel a day well. It's been acting wonky lately. When the rain shut it down, I decided to leave it down today. Kind of see how she'll act, what she wants to do. Gas is pretty strong on it. It got back to pressure in 30 minutes or less. And I had to take a hammer and knock the ball down on the vent, because that's what leaves you enough pressure to run your engine in case you lose volume. So I usually use a 1/4-inch driver on these. Been a while since I've done it manually. But I said in the last 208 video I did, where we changed the oil in it on Strum 32, that if I ever had to put a mag on, I'd make a video of how you do it, because the only other video I've seen where they've talked about magnetos in a Fairbanks engine, they use WD-40 to clean the mag, and that don't work. The impulse strip works via friction, and I kind of get what they're saying. You know, you need to lubricate the arm in order for it to flop. That's not how it works. It drops by gravity at low RPM. So when you wash it, you're freeing it all up. You're getting all the accumulated carbon and junk and buildup out of it. And also, you're creating a friction coefficient of it against the trip trigger, which is basically just a screw. That causes it to kick back an impulse, which causes your spark. So I have the gas shut off to the motor. I'm going to start it on gasoline, which has a tendency to make people go, what are you doing? But it is an easy way to do it without killing yourself. And stop and think for a minute, because, you know, plug wire. Been so long since I've run one like this that gotta remember how we used to do this, because you don't want it to tie up in your rocker arm. And with all the other wires here, it's going to make life interesting. So I'm just going to go in front of the radiator, knock the phone over, bring it down under this black bracket, and put it in the mag. There we go. So, like I said, it's showing. Wow, where'd my light go? Come on, give me light. What little there is. Okay, but anyway, you run your plug wire so that way it doesn't tie into your rocker arm and stays off of the push rod. I like going up top here. Some people drop them down behind and under the water jacket and this way. It's kind of personal preference. I prefer it like this. And video quality has gone to crap, probably. I apologize. So I'm going to go set this up over here where you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pull the plug, put some gas in the combustion chamber, put it back in, and hopefully she'll fire up. That's the ideal solution. Oh, that actually looks like it'd be perfect. Okay. I've already checked the plug from troubleshooting earlier. this ready down here. So you're going to hear a clicking, tripping noise. That is the sound of the Magneto impulsing. So it's going to be different than last time I started one of these on a video. Always lubricate the shaft. Contact. Come on. What I'm doing now is checking for spark. Oh, you gotta love the oil field sometimes. That mag may be too weak to run it. Also, that plug may be bad. I'm thinking I've got a plug around here somewhere. I've given people so many of my parts working on their stuff over the past year or so. Never getting a chance to replace it. Now I need it. Isn't that about right? Okay, I'm gonna pause the video here for now. For you all, it could be just a little jump cut. I don't know if I'm gonna work on this more tonight. We'll see. But I do want to continue with it actually running on a mag if I can. So, give me a minute, catch my breath, get cooled down, found a spark plug. That's the last component. Otherwise, that mag is needs more attention than what I have with me to do anything with. So, I cleaned the points on it, checked the condenser, check the voltage. But if she's too cold, she ain't going to run it. Because these run on natural gas out here. So, anyway, hopefully, next time you see, I'll be starting it up and she'll take off running. Or it'll already be running. One or two. Alright, I got you sitting on the dash of my truck. Took the mag apart, retimed some stuff. I just checked some spark and, oh yeah, it's got it now. So here we go, we're going to try to get her started. Alright, there we go. So, there she is, running on a Magneto. I don't know what you could hear inside the cab of the truck. That's why I always keep an extra for when the new stuff stops working. You always have a backup. So I'm gonna put it back on the truck and go throw the clutch in. Alright, let's get you a better view. What do you think? This is an 80,000 Churchill that it's on. There we go. So one of the future projects on this is going to be rebalancing the unit. This was balanced to run a cypress well. It was on a different location. They brought it over here when they perforated this one. And you can hear it in the motor when she's got a load and when she doesn't. There you go. I might just upload this as a part 2. There she is running. Back online. I might smooth it up a little bit. The gas valve's been very finicky, but she's been down for about 36 hours. So I'll sit with it a while, see how she runs. That was new, and I just caught that on video. What was that noise? It just started making that noise. There it is. It's going up on up that saddle. Don't know if y'all can even see that. And it didn't do it. All the bolts look there. Don't see any slop. Don't see any movement. This will be a keep an eye on deal. But I'm pretty sure the camera caught that bang and clang noise. She wasn't doing it, now she is. And then she stopped. Sounds like it's in the saddle. All the bolts look there. I don't see any signs of bolts that's fallen. But if you look, I don't know how well it's picking it up, there is a rust seam between the beam and the saddle bearing. I don't remember that being there. Keep in mind, I really hadn't been around this unit in 8 years till about 3 weeks ago. So, but I'm not seeing or hearing anything now wrong. But I am going to stay for a while, keep an eye on it. Not in the gearbox, not in the wrist pins. And the reason I know that for sure is it was an up-high sound. It's from this general area, somewhere in there. These pins and bearings can only move in so many different directions. And I'm really not seeing anything to cause it. And like I said, y'all got to hear it running, heard when it started and heard when it stopped. So, if anybody got any ideas as to why she was doing that, I'm all ears. But anyway, never mind the blinding lights of the Silverado. But there we go. I'll probably just stitch these two videos together. Oh crap. And this is why Magneto is cool. So hear that click? That click is called impulsing. That's what I was talking about a while ago. Give her some fuel here. So that impulsing on an electronic ignition won't do that. It just died. That clicking, she wants to run. And it gives it a chance to. So, got lucky on that. Kind of why I prefer Magneto, even though they can be a nightmare. The gas is being temperamental, which is why it's doing what it's doing. That's why I keep the squirt can there just to feed it into the air breather. So I can slightly, and I do mean slightly, tweak the gas set valve or pull in and out on the air breather choke to change the mixture to more what it wants to run. So the engine will tell you where she wants to run. And this is a little faster than I normally want this one to run, but right now I'm more waiting for consistency. I'm waiting for my gas volume to come back as it pumps the weld out. And there's that pop. What are you? And gone. No. This might be a full inspection in daylight. Shut it back down. But I want to sit with it while it runs. Watch it, listen for it. This is what it's like in the oil field, everyone. You can have a quiet day, a good day, smooth running day. Might, you know, think, oh, I just got to start this motor up after a rain. That's no problem. And you find it's got significant other issues. I keep old tech around for this reason. And got her back running. Got her back putting oil into tanks. But now the unit's making some weird noises intermittently. That's something to be mindful of, keep a watch on, and see if I can catch what's doing it so we can fix it. But this is how this works. And on these wells, I generally do a lot more given to the nature of what these are and everything. You know, I'll stay out as late as it takes to solve the problem. And I'll do that for anybody who I work for. But, you know, some days you get to go home early, and some days, like tonight, it'll be midnight or so. So, that's just the nature of the beast. Something I actually really enjoy. Been out here since I was a little kid, learning how oil was made and how pumps worked. And absolutely love those things. So, with that being said, this is Astron. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Maybe you may have learned something. Once I get them stitched together and uploaded to YouTube, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're not subscribed, you know, it'd be great. I've got 76, I believe. Not bad for someone who uploads a video on an average of every 6 months. Of course, everybody knows from last year I was doing it a whole lot more. But these wells take the precedence, are more important than some little hobby I do. That includes my action figures, my 3D printing, even playing video games. So, you know, this is an important job. And I know a lot of people are like, when are you going to make a video? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? And I'm like, I'm busy working. And that's why I try to do some of these oil field videos so y'all can see what that job is, what it entails. And there's a lot of things I can't put on YouTube for reasons. But there are some things I can. And making this educational on a Magneto, because as I discovered, Ryan, Laser Pants from 3POA, didn't know what a Magneto is. He knew the character, but not the device. So, I chuckled. Because that's why I understand, you know, why Magneto has his name. I work with them in the field. So yeah, they use magnets to generate electricity to let engines run. So anyway, this has been Astron 1701. You may call me Adrian. And yeah, I hope y'all learned something. Always try to be better than you were the day before. Take care of each other. Love one another. And always try to do the right thing. Astron, signing out.